Hello everybody, MacFrog here. Today's project stems from my continuing attempt to clear out the remnants of a once very proud old school Battletech army. I've got boxes and boxes of old mechs and pieces, and standing out when I took a picture of it for Twitter were these really cool Marauder IICs. One of them was all put together, the other one was just in pieces. But when I saw them, I knew we could do something really creative with them. It's such an awesome, iconic design. It's very alien in comparison to many of the other designs in Battletech. It really does look like an otherworldly type creation. So very cool, iconic look to it. So I wanted to pick some nice bold colors that would keep that alien-esque feeling to them. And it's a bold design. It's got 3 RPVCs. It's gonna reach out and hammer any mech it's gonna go up against. So nice bold colors. Went with an orange and my favorite scale 75 color, the Marauder green, are awesome. They're super bright. Even the video here doesn't really do them justice. The Pro Acryl orange is amazing too. So I gave them a nice base coat. Started with a white primer, went over the top of the green and the orange. And with the orange, I wanted to go a little bit darker add some shading to it, so it's not just a solid orange color. So I used the ink intensity, which is a very high gloss paint. As it goes over the top, by the time I'm done, the gloss is not as big of a deal because it's going to get washed over, but it's good for kind of making this not just a solid orange, but shades of orange from lighter to darker, depending upon the angle at which you're looking at the mech. There wasn't any real rhyme or reason. I just didn't want you to be able to look at the mech and see one solid color at any one location. For the green Marauder, went over it with the contrast paint for green. Get into all the little nooks and crannies. Which is a pretty quick process. Once that's done, coming in with, on the orange one, a mixture of the orange speed paint and some Cassandra yellow from Citadel to give the orange mech a wash. So similar to the green, I want that darker orange in all the little nooks and crannies on the mech. If I went with just the base orange, it would have probably been too thick and too overpowering for what I had done underneath with the various shades of orange. So that yellow really helped water it down quite a bit. After that, doing some dry brushing on the green and the orange mech. Going for an almost yellow dry brush here to pull out the edges. And in effect, what it actually does is makes the mech look almost like the edges are glowing when you're looking at it. As is typical on a lot of the mechs I paint, using a lead belcher or metallic to come in on the weapons to highlight those. So you can know when you're looking at the mech where your weapon pods are, especially on the Marauder IIC, those two almost crab-like arms jutting out at you, looking pretty intimidating. So I wanted them to contrast a little bit with the color of the mech. As far as the bases go, the original metal base on the Marauder IIC is a hex, and that connects the feet together. However, it's not as big as a normal hex, so I had to add little cutout wood on the bottom that makes it the regular size hex, and then use some basic material to make it look to continue the ground and make it look good. And using the orange base coat, I'm going to come in over the top of it with a wash using Citadel paint, and it's going to look good. Now, the parts of the Marauder that I really want to stand out is that really cool canopy window at the front. So coming in with the bold titanium white with the intent of coming back over it with a wash is going to help it stand out from the rest of the mech. And you'll see here, as soon as I put in the washes, they're going to stand out and look awesome. This fire giant orange just came out perfect. Again, kind of playing on how alien-like this mech looks. For the orange, I used a blue, which is a much more typical color that I use for battle mech canopies, and it looks just great. It stands out nice and bright. For the orange, needed to come in and do some dry brushing, catch those edges, similar to what I did with the green mech. Again, makes it almost look like the mech itself because the colors are so bright, making it look almost like it's glowing. Next up, using Contrast Fire Slayer Flesh to get in on the ground. Again, it gives it a nice textured look, gives it some light and shadow, make it look like real dirt. And the final product, I think, stands, and they stand on their own, so I'll be quiet and let you look. As always, thank you for watching. I really appreciate the support as we continue to do some really cool work with Battletech and other game systems as well. If you hit that like and subscribe button, that lets me know that I have some support in doing what I'm doing, and I look forward to seeing you later. Take care, be awesome, make the world a slightly better place today and tomorrow.